All right, ladies and gentlemen, last video for this week in our star review practice, our homework. And this one's a couple steps, so we need to make sure that we're paying attention to detail. Again, I will let you know that you are going to need your math chart because we are going to be converting units, so hopefully you brought that back for today's homework. So let's go ahead and get started. The costume designer for the school play uses 4 feet of fabric to make 8 costumes. So that's a fact. For every 4 feet the costume designer used, they can make 8 costumes. Or for every 8 costumes, they're going to be using 4 feet. That kind of interchanges. So let's look. At the same rate, now remember, a rate is a special kind of ratio. A ratio is comparing 2 similar things. For example, the boys in this classroom to the girls to the classroom. Y'all are similar because we're both people, boys and girls. Okay, but a rate is different because it's comparing 2 unlike things. In this situation, 4 feet, that's a unit of measure, and 8 costumes. That's just a physical thing of what people are wearing in the play. So that's why this is a rate, a special kind of ratio. Well, how many costumes can the designer make with 3 yards of fabric? So we're trying to figure out the total amount of costumes. So yesterday, we did the bigger to smaller strategy, and today I want to review the 1 table. Now the 1 table is something we use with ratios, rates, and proportions. So in words, what are you comparing? O stands for your original ratio, and new stands for your new ratio. Now sometimes we only need 2 rows, and sometimes we need a third if we're talking about 2 parts that can add together to make a total. But let's see if that's going to apply to this one. So let's talk about what we know. Well, the good thing is if you're not sure what to label in words, because yeah, there's a lot of words in this word problem, look for the numbers. That helps you out. 4 what? 4 feet. So there's the first part. 4 is my original number that goes with my word feet. This word represents this number. My next number I see is 8, and it represents 8 costumes. So 8 is my original number, and my word that it's being described by that, 8 costumes. So there's 8 costumes for every 4 feet. Now the next number we use is going to be hopefully the number we put in here, but let's read. 3 yards of fabric. Now a lot of students want to put the number 3 here, but look what that represents. That would represent 3 feet if I put 3 there. Some of you go, okay, well then put the 3 here, Miss Anderson. Wait a minute, that would represent 3 costumes. So we actually can't put 3 in this yet. We got to do an extra step. If we want feet in our 1 table, in our ratio table, we need to change the yards to feet. So looking at my math chart, let's see how we would convert that. So you put your 1 finger on yard, you put the other finger on feet, and you multiply the numbers in between there. 1 times 3 is 3. Okay, the reason we were to do that is if we wanted to go to inches, we would do 1 times 3 is 3, 3 times 1 is 3, and 3 times 12 is 36. That would mean 36 inches are in 1 yard. But this one is just a 1-step converting, so that kind of helps us out. For every 1 yard, there's 3 feet. So again, bigger to smaller like we did in yesterday's video, the bigger units are yards, and the smaller units are feet. So I'm going to draw my bigger to smaller, and I'm going to put yards on top, feet on the bottom. So yards and feet. Again, seeing how my arrows go, looking at my resource, I draw. If I'm going yards to feet, I'm going to be multiplying. If I'm going from my smaller units to my bigger units, from feet to yards, I'm going to be dividing. So I have that all set up ready to go. But again, what number am I going to be dividing or multiplying by? Well, that's your unit rate. For 1 yard, there's 3 feet. 1 times 3 is 3. So that's either the number I'm multiplying or dividing by. Well, the problem gives me 3 yards. So I'm going to put 3 here, 3 yards. That's supposed to be a question mark. There we go. So 3 yards times 3 gives you 9. So that means I'm not going to put the number 3 here to represent yards. I'm going to put the number 9. Then I can put X or a question mark, whatever makes your little heart happy. And then we do the bat and ball. We know that it's 9 feet, and if this were multiple choice, I bet 9 costumes would be a trick, because 9 does represent something, but it represents the feet. So we want to show all of our work. We make our bat by cross products by multiplying. 8 times 9 is 72. We need to do the 9s trick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you got 7 on this side, 2 on this side, so it's 72. And after you play baseball, you hit the baseball, which is right here. The bat, 9 times 8 is 72, goes inside the dugout, or the division sign. And 4 is the ball. It's out in play. Hopefully you're running around the bases and that bat is inside and you're ready to run. So now we do division. 4 goes in a 7 one time. 1 times 4 is 4. I subtract 7, 6, 5, 4. So that would give me, oh, I got one more. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. So that gives me 3. And then I bring down. And I start the process over again. How many groups of 4 go into 32? Hopefully you said 8. 8 times 4 is exactly 32. And I get 0 as my remainder. So x equals 18. But we want to be good mathematicians and label. What does that 18 represent? Was it feet? Was it yards? What was it? It's 18 costumes. And go back and double check to see if that answers the question you were looking for. How many costumes can the designer make with 3 yards? Again, 18 costume with 3 yards, or we figured out that was the equivalent of 9 feet. Okay, so read very carefully on the next one. Again, you're going to need your math chart. Use the strategies that work best for you. The one table, bigger to smaller, but you definitely will need to have your math chart for those conversions. Good luck, and come see us in tutoring as always if you need us. Come see us in Jedi.